It appears that sending money from Canada to Nigeria or other African countries these days has become a rather precarious situation. Well, join me today as I speak with two professionals who may have discovered a solution to that problem. Thank you for joining me on the journey. This is the first episode of the Christmas season. If you haven't watched any of our previous episodes, feel free to look through our channel for those inspiring videos. Well, on today's journey, we're going to be speaking with two gentlemen, professionals in banking sector who have identified risks involved in exchanging currencies, especially when you're sending money from Canada to other African countries.
My name is Andrew Ukiebu, a co-founder of Flitwire Inc. My background is banking and business process automation. I specialize in helping companies in different industries customize software to manage day-to-day business activities such as accounting, procurement, project management, and recruitment, giving them access to timely and accurate information while eliminating unnecessary costs and operation.
I am Andrew Yagbore, co-founder of Flitwire Inc. I have a background in relationship management, financial planning, compliance, and risk management, which helps me shape my mindset in the day-to-day operation of Flitwire.
All right. So before we go into the journey of Flitwire, I'd like to just mention my own little story about Andrew. I used to work with Andrew far back in Nigeria. You know how everybody loves a winner and everyone loves to identify with success. And so I also want to identify with the fact that I know one of the founders of Flitwire. So yes, well, this happened while we were back in Nigeria. I used to work as the channel manager at the Sage Software Nigeria, and Andrew was one of the business partners at the time. Andrew and his partner then, Ojona, were two young people that I would never forget. You could tell that their approach was very, it was different, it was unconventional. Working as partners, they demanded every level of excellence. So I am excited to say that I have a story, with Andrew Yu, and I'm happy to have him here together in Canada and then talk about this interesting business opportunity. So without talking too much about me, I want to know, and I'm sure every other person wants to hear how the journey began, and how did you know that there was an opportunity with this what the products that and the services that you are offering here? How did you know that there was that opportunity back here in Canada?
Okay, thank you for that wonderful introduction, Danny. I had a nice time working with you also, and I don't think we were difficult. I don't think Oji and I were difficult. We're just trying to please our customers and make sure we give them the best experience from using Sage software. So going straight to how Flitwire started, we can't talk about Flitwire without talking about how we both met back in Nigeria. We worked in the same bank in Nigeria, and we met first of all as far back as 2012. Yeah, and in my last 10 months working in the bank, I had the opportunity to work directly with Andrew Ayagbare, and I can say that he was like the best person I worked with out of all the
Seriously?
backups I had to work with. Yeah, like when I'm on a training or I'm on leave, you still have to make sure your team is running smoothly, and it's somebody that's when you're not there, you're sure he will say the right things to the customer. If there are issues, he will handle them properly, like you understand, and he was somebody that you could trust when you're not there.
How we met, actually, Andrew captured it vividly. And fast forward to the present time, we are in Canada, and I was part of the people that encouraged Andrew to move with his family here because of the vast opportunities that I observed when I came with my family, right? And our families are closely knitted, and yeah, it's been an awesome experience. And thanks for all the encomiums you shout on me. All right, so fast forward to the opportunities that we saw, and we actually wanted to, be part of it. Coming into Canada, we found ourselves in a community whereby people were in constant communication with family and friends back home, and people actually needed to send money back home, and there was a constant demand for this. And as at the time, there was no efficient system that resounded across the community that people were using. People were just doing it with individuals, and of course, we all know the risks that is associated with that. You're dealing with people that you've never seen before on WhatsApp group or on social media, and there are risks that come with that. So on a certain day, because I usually take walks regularly, so on a certain day, it was during summer in this year, sometime in June or May, and I just picked up my phone and I called Andrew because it was something I was actually thinking of, but because I didn't have the IT background, I didn't know how to put this together, but I had the idea, right? So I called Andrew and we had a conversation, and coincidentally, Andrew was already thinking about it. He has already made some progress with, setting up the platform and all of that. And I think it was just the time in destiny whereby I was just supposed to call him, and we just connected on that note. And we had our first meeting June 29th in Calgary, and this was the first time we're seeing since he and his family landed in Canada, right? So we just used one stone to kill two birds. We all just left from I stay in Edmonton. So I and my family left from Edmonton to go see Andrew and his family in Calgary. And after a brainstorming session, we actually came up with the name Flitwire. It was quite an ordeal, if you remember, because we were trying to capture the essence and the service offerings that we wanted to put out there to the community that we serve here in Canada. And there was no better name that we'll come up with than Flitwire, So that was how it all started.
You mentioned something really key while you were speaking about people exchanging money over several platforms that were not safe, like WhatsApp platforms, among friends, amongst people that don't know each other. That is so true. I mean, I'm sure that every Nigerian or every newcomer into Canada probably has the same story, with having to send money back home or having to exchange.
Exactly, yeah.
So how did you identify this need? How did you know that it was something that was common amongst, like something that you knew you could start a business with?
Okay, so for me, like if you look at for those of us that have a banking experience, it's basic that you know that you don't just receive monies, you don't allow people that you don't know pay money into your account. So when you come into Canada, after some time, you realize that you need to send back monies to your parents for upkeep, or your friend is getting married, you need to do contribution and all that, and you don't have naira to make those payments. It's your Canadian dollars that you have here that you need to exchange, and the only option is you go to WhatsApp group and tell people you want to send Canadian dollars, they have naira to fund your account, and you have a lot of people that are offering that they want to collect your Canadian dollars and pay you, but you don't know these people before, you understand, and you don't know their source of income. You don't know if the monies that they are sending to you were monies obtained from internet fraud, or even people that launder money, even politicians that have laundered money and paid like that. And if you have, with your banking experience, you know that it's not good to just receive those funds, because the day they start start investigating those funds, and they trace the money to your account, you'll be invited for questioning. And even if you're innocent, you just have to come and prove. You have to answer yourself, and you realize that you may find yourself traveling back to Nigeria to answer those questions. And if they tell you to come, you have to come. You can't say, I'm in Canada, there's nothing I can do. You have to come, you have to listen to them. You understand? So it's for me, it was like there has to be a way around this. You understand? If I want to sell my Canadian dollars, there should be a place I should be able to go there and exchange my Canadian dollars with confidence, and know that once I've traded my funds, that I will have peace of mind. I don't need to worry about anything. So for me, that was the opportunity, and I was like, let's get a place or a platform where people can come and trade exchange their Canadian dollars easily for naira with peace of mind.
Yeah, and just to add to what Andrew said too as well, it points out to the opportunity that we saw there was people were also looking for opportunities to trade discreetly, right? Because on those WhatsApp groups, if you, for example, want to send money back home for emergency funds, you just come on the group and you announce that you want to sell. And in a group of 256 people on WhatsApp, you know what that means. At a particular time, you know, how I got to know that, okay, this is an opportunity that we could, you know, tap into. There were people that were regulars, you know, when it comes to selling and trying to exchange their Canadian dollars. And I'm sure in their minds, if they actually had a platform whereby they could, you know, make the exchange discreetly, they would actually take that option. Well, because for every newly landed immigrant in Canada, that's the first community family that they have, WhatsApp groups, right? Because some actually join WhatsApp groups from Nigeria, outside Canada. So, yeah, exactly. So when they come in, these are the first set of people, and you know, as time goes by, people get to join these groups, right? So you see that it's an open group of people that don't really know themselves. So we saw all these leakages, so to say, and we just thought amongst ourselves that, okay, yeah, if we could come up with something, you know, legit, registered in, you know, a business that could actually stand the test of time, right? And also provide these services for people, you know, giving them an opportunity for them to trade discreetly, giving them the best rates as well, because people fall back to this WhatsApp group because it's like the open markets, right? It's like a demand and supply system. Yeah, so basically it's the best bidder that gets the opportunity. So we try as much as possible to create a balance, you know, to give people that environment, and also, you know, remove the bottleneck of fees as well, because for me personally, I like free services. I don't know about you. Do you like free services?
Definitely.
I'm sure,
we all like free services. Of course, I love free services.
Exactly. So we try as much as possible to share our revenue with our clients, right? By removing, you know, the fees associated with doing the exchanges, because there's a cost that's associated with that, right? So we try as much as possible to, you know, create all of this to make it a very good experience for people. So in a nutshell, that's just what summarizes the opportunity.
Wow. I mean, this is a huge solution, you know, because the demand for this is massive. You know, while you were speaking about some of the reasons or how you found the opportunity, my mind was just running back through some experiences. I remember when I needed to change money once, and I found someone on one of the groups that I'm on, and we got talking, and the person said, okay, just send money to my Nigerian account and then I'm going to credit you once I receive it. Eventually, while I was discussing with the person, I got to find out that she was trying to exchange money for someone else who was in Nigeria. I had already sent the naira to the person's bank account, and I hadn't received the money. It actually elapsed until the following day, and I was asking this person, and I didn't even know this person from anywhere, you know, and I was asking, like, I haven't received my money, I haven't received my Canadian dollars, I already sent the Nigerian naira to you. when am I going to receive? And then the person eventually came back to say that, oh, the person found someone else to exchange with. And
Wow.
they told me she had to get through to that person. In fact, at one point, she actually mentioned to me that the person is asleep because because of the time zones. She said the person is asleep, so I can't reach the person until the following morning. And I mean, all this panic and all we have to go through, and it's really not necessary. I have another situation of someone who actually got investigated by their bank here in Canada because the bank had found out that they had been having cash flows of huge amounts of money, and this person is actually involved in helping people get money. Like, okay, if you are interested, if you have needs for naira or Canadian dollars, I can help you, and all of that. So the person, there has been this inflow and outflow of the person's accounts in huge sums. And then, for Canadians now, I mean, you're like, where are you getting this amount of money from? And then they had to carry out an investigation on the person's accounts, and the account was put on hold for, I think, 2 weeks or close to 30 days or so. Wow. And so imagine the person who had collected some money from other people. That means that those people's money exactly were tied down. Yeah. So
I also had in one WhatsApp group, I also had a similar experience whereby somebody collected Canadian dollars and did not remit the naira. And after like 3 days, the person came back to the person. I was like, "Where is my naira?" And the next day, he goes to another group and says that he has Canadian dollars for sale. That they provide your naira account, that you credit me with naira. He goes there, and the account to credit was the person that was demanding for the money over there. So the person was just doing like
round trip.
A round trip. You understand?
Ponzi scheme, MMM.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just going round and round and round and round. And this was about 3,000, almost $1 million naira. So he would just once he collects the money like that, he holds on. Then when he starts complaining, in fact, the person that complained about it was somebody I knew, and it was like he was going to report to the police that particular day, and it was like, "Don't worry, just give me your account, I'll credit you." And he goes to another group, not knowing that he was in the group where he was posting, and he posted his own account number that they should credit him. So that
was how the guy was caught.
Yeah, so it's
that's tough.
Exchanging money like that, it's not
really
not the best.
Risky. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. When I heard about Flitwire, I shared to a number of my contacts, and then I started getting lots of questions. One of the questions I got that, at a point I couldn't answer anymore. I had to say that, well, okay, they have a support line there. Try to reach out to them, and then they would be able to. At that point, I didn't even need to send any money or to transact in, to do any exchange of Canadian dollars and naira, but I had to for this purpose, just because, like I said, I know Andrew, I have worked with him, and I can vouch for his integrity. So I had to go through that just to ensure that you are working on a safe platform. Because one of the questions I get very frequently from people is that, how safe is the platform? How sure are we that we are not indulging with fraudsters? How sure are we that our information is not going to go out to someone else? We are not releasing money to someone else. How can you vouch for the safety of this platform?
Okay, that's a very good question, Danny. Yeah. So when we are building Flitwire, the most important thing on our mind was safety and security of the platform. You understand? So we have found ourselves invested a lot in respect of security. So first of all, I can tell you that our Flitwire is hosted on a dedicated server, and which is fully encrypted, and it has we have a strong firewall in place. Also, respect to processing of payments, the platform is payment applications compliant. That's it passes all the tests when it comes to processing payments. That is a safe platform when it comes to processing payment. Then we also have a system in place also that helps that is able to detect malicious scripts. You understand? So we are sure that any information, you don't have people just throwing viruses into the system or malicious scripts into the system or trying to attack the system is is well secured. We invested a lot in security when it comes to Flitwire.
Awesome. Okay, going on to the next question now. What are the challenges that you have faced on this journey? I don't want to believe everything has gone on smooth from the beginning till now.
Definitely not. Andrew, you
Yeah,
take this,
yeah.
right?
For challenges, we've had a couple of challenges on the way, but of course, challenges makes champions, right?
Yeah.
So, with respect to our business and to people also in the same space that we provide the service we do, one challenge is the volatility in rates. We would all remember what happened in September when there was an intervention by CBN, and that actually just threw, the exchange market into a gun show, if I could use that word.
Yeah.
So basically, rates, the naira appreciated against the Canadian dollar, and for like about 2 weeks, it was like that until, of course, that wasn't sustainable. Then the rate started, taking the opposite direction. So volatility is one of the challenges that we experience in our line of business, because we have a production cycle that Flitwire runs with, and at the time where a client comes in and performs an exchange at a certain rate, right? Our cycle is not completed immediately at that point when the exchange is done. So we still have to go through the production cycle. And if anything happens in between, maybe probably there's an intervention somewhere, there's a crash somewhere, that's something that we are out in the cold. So that's one challenge that we have. And also another challenge is technology as well. Because our system is NIBS integrated, and for settlement of funds into the beneficiaries' accounts, we depend on these third parties to perform these services for us. So on our end, we can actually control our service and the efficiency, but when it comes to the third party services that are rendered by these other partners, if there's any downtime at their end, it actually impacts our turnaround time and our service level agreement with our clients. So basically, those are the challenges that we have with the business. I don't know if I captured everything.
Yeah, those are the main challenges. The NIBS, like you said, our platform is integrated into the NIBS instant payment system, and which allows us to remit funds instantly within seconds or within a minute. But sometimes this platform is down, and people have processed their payments and they're like, "Oh, I've not gotten my funds." But and also because of the time difference, and I think another issue is time difference.
Yes,
there's
time difference too.
If it's during the day here, they're sleeping over there. So we send a complaint, "Oh, your payments are not going through at this time," and they don't respond until it's morning. And here it's like daytime, "Oh, I needed this money urgently."
Exactly.
So those are the main challenges. But the good thing is that it's good to have that problem with us than having that problem with an individual. Because if you are processing if you do an exchange with an individual, it's the same NIBS platform that is going to go through, and there will be a delay. So you'll be like, "Oh, I've exchanged money with this person. I don't know this person.
Panic.
Hope he's not lying to me," and all that. But when you're dealing with Flitwire, I will tell you, "Oh, NIBS is down." And most NIBS is down. It's Flitwire, and you get your money. At least our customers regularly. One which we just said that there's an issue, they don't have a problem with it. They are confident, and they always get their money before they wake up. The monies are in their account already. So I think those are the major challenges we have with the.
Well, I can vouch for Flitwire. I have used it a number of times, and I was impressed about
the downtime is just once in a while. It's not like it's every day.
Exactly.
It's just once. Or sometimes 2 weeks, no issues. People get their monies in 3, 4, 5 minutes.
Yes, I can vouch for that. Actually,
another issue is Interact, delaying Interact here.
Oh, yes.
Because we can't process your payment until we get your Interact payment.
Deposit,
Your Interact deposit. So some people will be like, "Oh, I sent," because some people are already used to the platform that they know what they process their transactions. In 3 minutes they've gotten their money. Then sometimes 10 minutes they've not gotten their money. They'll be like, "Oh, I did this. I initiated a transaction 10 minutes ago. I still have not gotten my funds." And most of the time, that delay is because we've not gotten
The
your
Interact
deposits, your
deposits,
Interact
yes.
deposit. So once we get your Interact deposit, there's always somebody to treat your transaction. There's always somebody online to treat the transaction. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, talking about that, I just remembered talking on the platform. How many currencies do you trade in? And when are you going to start trading from Nigerian currency back to Canadian? I mean, like, when would people be able
Everybody
to
asks, everybody
send money from Nigeria to Canada?
yeah.
Well, basically, for the number of currencies that we deal in, I would say 5. We make payments into bank accounts in Ghana, Rwanda, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, and also Nigeria. So going to the question of when we would start the reverse exchange, that's from you being able to buy Canadian dollars from Flitwire. Well, basically, the truth is, right now, the demand for Canadian dollars, we can't meet it, to be honest with you, right? Because there's a pressure, when it comes to that level of exchange. And as a business, we want to be seen as being fair to our clients. So basically, at the moment, we're actually strategizing and thinking of a way
to go about it,
whereby we'll be able to, start doing that, so that at least if you come onto the platform, at every point in time, at least you should be able to make that purchase from us, right? Because at the moment, like I said, there's a lot of demand for it. You can see someone that is just asking questions, on our live chat that, okay, can I buy 10,000 Canadian dollars? Can I buy 20,000 Canadian dollars? Right? And the truth is, we also have people too that genuinely need at least 300 Canadian dollars, right? So we don't want to be in a situation whereby our resources are stretched to a point whereby we're unable to serve our clients. So at the moment, we're trying to come up with a model whereby at least we'll be able to, meet the needs of all of our clients as much as possible. So until we can get that right, it's still business as usual. But the good news is that there's something being done at the background with respect to that exchange direction. Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say differentiates you from every other exchange platform? Because I'm aware that there are a couple out there. Flitwire is not the first. And why would you say you are different from every other one?
Okay, for us, our unique selling points, because like I said, when we started the business, we're trying to look at the core values, what's important, what is a priority to people that we are going to serve, right? Because we're not in business because of us. We're not in business because of Andrew.
Exactly.
We're in business because of you and any other person watching this show right now. So basically, we came up with, service, speed, and trust as well, right? So that's what we stand for. And what makes us different from other platforms is that we also work around the clock. Anytime you go online to perform an exchange, you would always your request will always be treated. If for any reason you have any questions or any queries, even if it's 1 a.m., 2 a.m., there will always be someone online to respond to you. So we try as much as possible to make our platform interactive, and we also have some goodies as well, like a referral system.
Refer and earn.
Refer and earn, right?
That program,
we try to share our revenue with clients, because like I said, we're not in business just for us. We're trying to see how we can give back to people and earn some passive income. So we are actually doing that, and I think basically those are the unique selling points that makes us stand out from other platforms.
Also, with respect to amount, like you can send any amount. You can send as little as $20 to large amounts. You don't want
without feeling oppressed.
Without feeling exactly. Don't say $20 and go to a WhatsApp group and say you make $20. You want to give somebody your younger brother 7,000 or 5,000 naira. you go to the WhatsApp group. I have
Exactly.
$20.
I would like to add something at this point.
$10
I had an experience like this, right? When I newly came into Canada, I was in one of the WhatsApp groups, and I wanted to just quickly send money. I think it was to my mom. It was one funny amount. I think I just needed to send like maybe probably 4,000 or 5,000, and the equivalent in Canadian dollars was 20, right? As at the time. So when I went to the WhatsApp group, as I typed the message first, $20, I just deleted it. I said because before I sent that message, someone was saying 1,000 Canadian dollars for sale, 500. I need 3,000, and I'm now sending 20. The insults that I would have received. Definitely. So why we're different from other platforms is that, if you want to exchange as little as $20, you don't have to mark up, because I had to mark up what I wanted to exchange to my own inconvenience. I just wanted to exchange $20 and get away with it, right? But I had to mark it up to $100 for it to be decent, for me to be dignified, right? And not looked down upon, right? And as a platform, we welcome people that, if you want to do $20, that's what you want to do. You just want to send something emergency funds to someone. Yeah, you could come to Flitwire to do that, no fees, right? And and basically, like Andrew said, we listen to understand, and also we try as much as possible to be empathetic to the plight of our clients, because there are some times that some errors might happen, or like I said, as part of the challenges, NIBs might be down, right? We try as much as possible to be focused on the solutions, not just you come to us, you do a transfer, maybe probably NIBS is down, and of course settlement of the funds is impossible. It's not our fault, so to say. It's not your fault either. And I'll just say, okay, NIBS is down right now, there's nothing we can do, okay, you have to wait. We try as much as possible to be empathetic, because those funds that people are sending is hard-earned money, right? And it's meeting a need back home. Okay, some of them it's not convenient for some people to make those transfers at that time, right? We take that into consideration, and as a team, it's something that is wired in us. We try to tell ourselves this hard truth every day, that people need funds to move from a certain point to a certain point, right? And they need it fast. So as much as possible, whenever we encounter such issues that may cause some delay, we try as much as possible to find a way to solve the solution and make people feel good about making their transfers, making those exchanges, because at the end of the day, you have to feel good about whatever you're doing, to continue doing it right. So as a business, I think that's what sets us apart from other platforms.
I should also add, we're also innovative. We're always improving our system.
Yes.
And coming up with new products all the time.
That
will improve user experience.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much. I have my slogan for Flitwire. I always say that with Flitwire, you can never go wrong. It's always a win-win.
Yes, it's a win.
You exchange your money in privacy. You earn your own money. Nobody needs to know. I mean, it's always a win-win, and I love that.
To you. Unless I'm sure did not reveal this to you.
Yes. All right. Okay. So thank you so much once again for coming on the journey. It's been so inspiring, honestly. Hearing about the different things that we do, and like you said, I definitely can attest to the fact that you are very innovative about this. You think about it and then you make it happen. That is awesome. Apart from that, you are actually bringing a solution that meets the needs of the people, and that is really what we need, right? To make the entire world a better place for us all. At the end of the day, you earn from it. You help people feel safe. You help people feel good about what they are doing. And yes, so we're getting close to the end of the year. We're getting close to the holiday season, Christmas season. I know that lots of people are going to be looking out to seeing how they can send Christmas money home. Yes. Exactly. This is an opportunity to take advantage. And like they have mentioned, you are not just sending money home, but you're also earning something by referring Flitwire to several other people. So they did mention the countries that you send money to. So it's not just to our Nigerian friends. We have Kenyans here in Canada. We have Rwandans. What other countries did you mention that you sent to? Zimbabwe, Tanzania. Right. So, and this is an opportunity to send money back home to our friends, send a gift, something to show appreciation 2020 has been a rough year,
Oh, yeah.
and we have little things to be grateful for. So these are one of the things that we should be grateful for, and find a way to say thank you to our loved ones and everyone that has made you know good things happen. So send money using Flitwire. The links to download the app, they are all right at the bottom of the screen. Also, you'll find them in the comment section below. If you have any needs to contact them, they are always 24/7. They actually have a support team.
Okay.
All right. Thank you once again. So it's been a pleasure. It's really been a fun time chatting with Andrew and Andrew Square. Yeah. Well, thank you once again. And
You're welcome.
yes, so let's keep transacting. Let's keep sending that money. Let's keep exchanging online through Flitwire.